and welcome to another episode of the Achievers Pod, where we bring great stories, real tips, expert insight on businesses, on leadership, on finances, everything harming you to become successful in all that you do. I am your host, Victoria Showunmi, aka First Lady V. Each time I get to be here, I'm excited. Though I'm here by myself on this episode, but I have something that I really want to share with you. And these actually stem up from the session I have, that I add with my teens. So once a month, I do have a session with the teens, preteens and teens, just really guiding, mentoring, and instill some principles into their lives. And the last session that we had, we kind of talk about different things that they wish they would have known by now, that they wish their parents or somebody would have instilled into them. And I'm bringing that to you as well. That there are things that probably you've known by now. But let me tell you, it is not too late. And personally, I'm going to share a few things that I wish somebody have told me way back. But at the same time, I'm still grateful to God for the opportunities, because one thing in life is that God can redeem the time for you. All right, those lost times, God can redeem those things for you. And if there's something you don't know, this is a wake up call for you to seek for the information. Lacking of knowledge, of understanding is no longer an excuse, because information are readily available everywhere today. It's just that knowing where to go and making sure that your source is valid for whatever it is that you are looking for. And also, I want you to know, what is it that you wish you've known by now. Make sure you put those, in the chat area. I want to hear from you. So number one thing I wish I know earlier on in life, maybe not earlier on in life, but when I moved to the United States over 20 years ago, and that is about money management and finances, everything that has to do with money, like taxes, like savings, like spending, like managing money. Oh my God, I wish somebody sat me down and really put those things into my brain. Let me tell you the first mistake that I made when I got a job one time and I got the paycheck. Number one, I forgot that they're gonna take out taxes. Nobody prepared me for that. And when I got my paycheck, because I have calculated the number of hours I worked, right? I was making $8 an hour. Ooh, $8 an hour. I have calculated how much my salary is going to be, and I think it was every 2 weeks they were paying us. So I know, like, this is how much I'm expecting. But when the check came in, I was a little bit disappointed, right? But then they have all these deductions, which I wasn't planning for. All right, that wasn't the only thing. So when I got the check, I totally forgot that I have to wait another week or 2 weeks for another check to come in the mail. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what I did with the first check? I went into the check cashing area. Yes. Those back in those days, when you deposit a check, it takes few days before that check's cleared. Unlike today, it takes few days, and probably a portion of the check will clear at certain days. They will tell you in 3 days, maybe 25% or 50%. Something we cleared, and then the balance for another week also. So I couldn't work for days. I need my money. I cashed this check, and let me tell you, I went to the store literally, and I spent everything that I got. Everything. Like you just come into money, and I spent everything. I think I only have maybe about $2 left. And mind you, guys, I take the bus to go to work. I think my bus then is maybe $1.25 or $2.25. I have to act, get quarters and put in those things. I never thought of that. Never thought of don't spend anything, put some money aside. It was after I got home and I was gonna go to work. I'm like, I don't have money. Like, are you freaking kidding me? People have helped me, giving me money here and then. Now I made my money. I had nothing. Oh my God. I know it wasn't funny, but then it was like that was the worst mistake ever. But that didn't even stop there because I was able to borrow some money against my next paycheck, which I think I was getting out of things, but then my spending wasn't the best because each time I go to the store, right? Because then every weekend we got in the mail, you get all this coupon, all this says something is happening every weekend, like you are getting 10% off, 20% off. And some people around me is like, oh, there is a sale going on at Macy's, there is a sale going on at Kohl's. We will go there, and each time I want to purchase something, they will ask, oh, will you mind saving 10% today and whatever it is? I'm like, oh, yes. Let me tell you guys, every credit card I applied for, then I got it. I had Macy's, JCPenney, CS was still a one thing then. I got CS everywhere I go. Like, do you want a credit card? Yes. Maybe I thought it was free money, but and everyone will give me about $300 and I will spend the money. I remember the first time I went to Macy's, I actually had the mind of spending about $20-$30 and I bought what I needed. But when I got to the counter to pay, and the lady asked me if I would save extra 10% off and just apply for the credit card. It takes about a minute or 2 minutes. Oh, I said, oh, why not? And right there, she did it and I was approved. What did I do with the new card, with the new information? No, you don't get your card instantly, but they gave you a paper. And the lady said, if you want to make a purchase, just present this little receipt. I went back in there and I did more shopping on this card, credit card. So those were the things I wish I had known ahead of time. I wouldn't get into so much credit card. Oh my God. I maxed out those credit cards. And I bought a lot of things that I wasn't even needing, that I didn't even use. Because I remember when we moved, I would look at things that still had tags on them. But my mind that anything on sale, I had to buy. I don't know that demon in me, but everything on sale. Once I hit sale, when I get the price is marked down, it's like I have to get it. But I wish I knew better. But today, I'm better. I have been taught through experiences. All right. And so why I'm sharing that with you is it doesn't matter the past, it doesn't matter the mistakes you have made. I'm using finances as an example for me. You know, you can still get yourself back on track. You can still learn today. So don't let your past failures and your past setbacks, your past mistakes, don't let them hold you back. Don't let those things stop you. Thank God today that there are information, and thank God today that you can have access to information. Even if you ask ChatGPT, it's going to give you some answers that will help to propel you forward. Do you need to get your finances together? It's a matter of diligence, and being disciplined. I had to discipline myself on finances to be able to have my things under control. Like, I am not going to buy everything that is on sale. So there was a time like I won't even go out shopping. I want to get into the habit of buying online, but sometimes I'm like, I am not going to do online shopping as well. You got to be disciplined because life will give you so many options, and some things are not healthy and beneficial for you. So, now getting back into what I'm saying, what is it that you need to learn? What do you wish you have known by now? I'm telling you, it is not too late. We are in 2025. 2025, there are information out there. If you need to know how to run a successful business, let me tell you, people have done it and you can learn from that. They always say you sometimes you don't need to learn from your own mistakes. You can learn from the mistakes of other people, those who have gone ahead of you. And also, you must be willing to do the work. They always say for a habit to create a new habit, it takes average of 21 days. So, for things that you've been accustomed to doing all the time, it's not going to be an easy thing to say no and just turn it 180 degrees. No, it's going to be a process. You're going to come with some denial, some self-discipline to be able to get yourself back in line. For example, people that want to lose weight, it's no one-time thing. It is a process. And that is why you want to give yourself the grace. Don't beat yourself down on the mistakes you've made. Unfortunately, none of us can unwind the past. We can just move forward from here. But once you identify the demon that you need to chase out of your life and what you need to do, I think that is the first step in moving forward. Actually, I came to the realization with my finances, because that time I still don't see anything bad in it, because like the minimum payment is $25. I can pay $25. One time I want to get a car. Wanted to get a car. I'm talking about 15, 16 years ago. And we went into the dealer. I mean, my credit wasn't terrible. I was in the 600s, okay, but I had a lot of credit cards. And we went to the dealer, and the guy, honestly, that guy was brutal. But I think it was like it resets my brain, because when we went in there, I had good credit, not great, but at least good credit, and I have good income. So we went in there and everything. I mean, I qualified, but then he said, and he looked at all of my credit cards. They will run everything, right? And he ran everything. And he said, but why? Why do you have so much credit card debt with the amount of money you are making? Initially, it felt like an insult, like, what is your business? But then on my way home that night, I began to think of what he said, like, we are making good money. Why do you have so many credit card debts? And so then that was like a kicker for me. And I sat there and I'm like, that is really true. Though it hurts when he said it, it really hurts. I mean, I don't want to be angry at him. But then on my way home, the thing was just playing, in my head, that what that guy was saying was right. That was true. Why do you have so much credit card? What are you buying? Now remember, I'm just buying unnecessary things. Just buy because they were on sales. Something that were not my size. I'll be hoping that one day I will fit into it. I mean, waste of finances. That was a turnaround for me. Since that day, I got different books on how I can manage my finances, and it works for me. So you also, this might be a kicker for you in one area or the other, but now moving forward, look at what can help you and who can help you from here moving forward to get the knowledge that you need and be able to move on in life. Some people are stuck because of what somebody said or what somebody did to them. Don't be a victim of circumstances. You can liberate yourself and move on from here. You wish you have known something, but you didn't, but now you get to know. Let this be the starting point for your next level. Every day now begin to count. Past don't count again, because you know what? You don't know. You didn't know, but now you know. That is the main thing, that you know, and now you begin to act on the information you now have access to. You begin to act right. You begin to do the needful, so that tomorrow can thank you for today. So if you need to get your finances together, get books. I think there is one session I did, and I talked about so many books I have on finances. More than 10 books. More than 10 books. More than 10 books. I can't even see. I'm just showing, because I remember I did something recently on that. I just don't want to show you all, but this more than 10, more than 10 books on finances. I attended so many sessions on finances, wealth management, credit building, because I want to be financially prepared. God is said, when the opportunity comes, it is too late to prepare. You want to prepare ahead of time. So when opportunity comes, when you size it, then you can take advantage of it. So number 2 is now start taking the necessary step. It's not going to be easy. If you look at people who are trying to get off alcohol and all of those things, there is a program they call the AA Anonymous, right? Is to help them, because they need the network. They know as a solo person, it is not going to be easy. The thirst, the hunger for those things will come, that you want to go back. But when you have the network of people around you, it makes the journey so easy. So you want to surround yourself with right people. Maybe you need to get a consultant, you need to get a coach. And if some things need therapy, please go for therapy. Therapy, counseling is not the same thing as coaching. So there are some people, they might need therapy. If you do, please go for therapy, so that your mind can be in a better place for your future self. So, and then surround yourself with other people who are going somewhere. People will encourage you, because we are not perfect human beings, right? But when you have the network of support, it makes the journey so easy for you. And number 3, trust God. Trust God. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame other people. Don't fall victim into that space of blaming other people. People may have not done well by you, but you know what? You got to move on and commit things into the hands of God. Like I said earlier on, He is the only one who can redeem the times for us. We are not perfect, but God knows how to accelerate things for us where we put Him first. So engage supernatural power, engage God, moving on from here. And last but not the least, be committed to the process. Be committed to the process. And before you know it, you will look back and you will be able to share your story. What seems to be lack of understanding or lack of knowledge before you know it, you come and become an expert in that you'll be sharing your knowledge. And that is what one of these ladies did. That you become so expert and you begin to offer your expertise, your experience, and your skills. So whatever it is that you don't know, today is your time to start learning and get better for your future self. I love you guys. If you are not following, what are you waiting for? Please follow, please subscribe, leave a comment. What is it that you're struggling with? Let us know. And also, I will love to invite you, if you are a woman listening and watching this, I would love to invite you to join my community. Victoria Achievers Club is a network of Korean business women. We connect, we collaborate, and we celebrate each other's successes. You will enjoy that thriving environment. All right, till I see you next time. Continue to achieve success. This is your lady, your girl, First Lady V. Have an amazing one. Bye.